yeah, you're just gonna have to deal with what I'm looking like and how much I am so tired and don't want to film this video. But you know what? I will do anything for you guys. Hello book besties, it's Keira. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, y'all know the drill. We're doing a monthly wrap up. It is the 25th when I'm filming this, so I think I have like 5-ish more days of the month left. And if we're being honest, like I'm looking at this stack and I'm like, okay, I actually kind of read a lot of books. I've been so busy. Like I'm lucky if I read 30 pages a day at the point in my life, like especially the last like 2 weeks. It honestly doesn't matter how much you read. It's just like I'm so used to reading so much more than I did. Make sure to follow all my socials down below, along my Goodreads, Amazon wishlist. Everything's down there if you want to check that out. Like, comment, and subscribe. For more wrap up videos. We only have, oh my god, 3 of these left, which I think is crazy. Just let's get into this. The first book that I read this month was Powerless by Elsie Silver. This is the 3rd book in the Chestnut Springs series. This, by far, is my favorite. I was being a little picky when reading this. I gave it a 4.75 out of 5 stars. And you're probably like, Keira, either like give it a 4.5 or round it up to a 5 stars. You're looking at it, it could be a 5 star, but there were just things that I was being so nitpicky about that just didn't make it a 5 star for me. I have to say, Jasper is my favorite like book character I think I've ever read about in my life. Like I would die for him. I would die for this man. I love him and we need to protect him at all costs. Sloane, I liked her. I liked their relationship. She wasn't my favorite, but overall I really thought their relationship was cute. Their story was cute. I'm not a fan of Second Chance, but this one hit. Is it Second Chance or is it Friends to Lovers? It's either one. I'm usually not a Second Chance or Friends to Lovers lover. I flew through this, even though it was like for almost a 500-page romance book. I flew through this. I just feel like that's what happens when I read Elsie Silver's writing. It's just so captivating and goes so quickly. I really don't remember much about this. I'm excited to continue the series. Then, these next 2 I read for a video, so if you did not see my spend a couple days reading with me, I will link it up there. I read these 2 books, one of them being The Serpent and Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent, the first book in the Crown of Nyaxia series about Rain and Araya. He's a vampire. It's my first vampire book, and I won't talk about much about it because I read it in the video and I talked about it, but it made me a little uncomfortable. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I liked Rain's character, I liked the enemies to lovers. A lot going on, I feel like, in this book. I ended up giving it a 4 to 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. Very interested to see where the story goes, because the way this ended, I was like, oh shoot, crazy time. So if you want more about it, you can watch the video. And then I reread a book. This was part of a prompt for my TBR jar, and it was to reread a book, and I reread Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. Also, I talked about it in that video. I originally gave it a 5 stars, and I reread it, and it didn't give me the same feeling as it did reading it the first time, but I think I'm just like a changed reader. I still kept my rating at a 5 star because it's just such a classic. It's so cute, so wholesome. I definitely recommend this book for the fall time. I gave it a 5 stars because I had to. I couldn't change the rating. And then I read a book that was not so great. I read The Chase by Elle Kennedy. I just picked this up because I was like, I don't know what to read. This is the first book in the Briar U series about Colin Fitzgerald and Summer De Laurentiis. It's like a spin-off series from the Off-Campus series. Summer is Dean from the 3rd book's younger sister, and then Fitz is another hockey player. He's like the kind of like quiet, nerdy gamer kind of one. I gave this a 2 out of 5 stars. This was not great. I will say that Elle Kennedy's writing is so easy to just fly through, so that was fine. Like I was flying through this book. I was not interested in the couple at all. I felt like the romance was a subplot. Obviously, we'll continue with the series. I've heard that a lot of people also gave it a 2 out of 5 stars or just really did not like this one. So at least I'm not the only one. Just not my favorite. Not my favorite. Then I was in the fantasy mood, and this one actually came in my possession from the library. I was not expecting it, and it was The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen. First book in the series. I don't know what the series is called. It's about Lara and Aaron, and it's like a marriage of convenience where she's kind of like a spy type thing, and she has to take down Aaron's kingdom. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars because the world building and the amount of war that was in this book was a little too much for me. Just like lose interest or just completely zone out when they start talking about all that crap. It's just like so intense and so much more brain power than I was willing to give. Not my type of thing, but if you really like that kind of like intense war and world building, then maybe you would like this book. But I did like the enemies to lovers, the marriage of convenience concept, dual point of view, which you don't usually see in a fantasy book. I really like that. Honestly, I was like, I don't know if I'll continue with the series. When it ended, I'm kind of like, well, shoot, like now you're making me want to continue the series. I probably won't do it anytime soon. Yeah, 3 out of 5 stars. I read a book that, guys, I was disappointed about. I'm so sad because I literally went to Lucy Score's talk. I posted a picture of me and her on my Instagram. Follow the Instagram, it's in the bio. The moderator or whoever was with her was just raving about how good this book was, and mind you, she didn't read the other 2 books in the series, so maybe I got my hopes up a little bit. I read Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score. I was so excited about Lucian and Sloane's story. I gave it a 4.25. I liked it more than Things We Hide from the Light. I gave that one a 4 out of 5 stars, but it wasn't quite like 4.5 level. I can't even pinpoint what I didn't like about this. I did like Lucian's character development. I will give him that. Everything that he ended up doing for Sloane, it was so good to see that from him. But I was so bored reading this. Like, it's like 600 pages. Usually I'm like interested in Lucy Score's books. Like, hers don't feel long to me because I fly through them. Knox and Naomi, they're the OG. Like, they're my favorite characters. I'm glad I read this. Bittersweet to be done with the series. It needed to end, and I'm glad that I got to see the found family a lot in this. It's just so good. It's so good. And then last book that I have finished for this video is Millie Kisses Your Lifetime by Monica Murphy. This is the second book in like the Lancaster Prep series. I think they're standalones though. I give this a 4 to 5 stars. The first 150 pages, I was like, I hate this book so much. Like, I don't want to pick up and read this. I hate the way the characters are treating each other. I can't get past this. Past like 150, 60, 70 pages, whatever it was. I was like, oh, so now we're like acting like that. It completely took me off guard, and I'm glad that we got the switch because I would have probably DNF'd this book. This is about Crew and Ren, and Crew is like this bad boy type of character, and Ren is like this good girl who has like a purity ring. If you don't know, that means like she is not gonna have the sexual intercourse until she's married. They never liked each other. Like, he's determined to take her virginity. It's a crazy plot. I will not even lie to you. Crew's character development and the way he treated Ren, like, after the 150 pages, like, I loved him. He's like one of my top book boyfriends. And Ren had that broke free, I guess, grew her own wings type thing. Like, character, her like development was good too. Yeah, like I said, 4 out of 5 stars. I don't know if I'll continue the series. I don't know. You'll just have to see. The book that I am really not much into, I don't even know if I'll finish this in 5 days. I hope so. I am reading Crowded Midnight by Sarah J. Maas, the 3rd book for me in the Throne of Glass series. I'm currently on page 63. I'm so scared though for this one. I don't know. I feel like things are gonna come out that I'm like, I don't know if I can handle it. We might finish this book this month. We might start another book. I just enjoyed this video. I'm looking at my stack of books, and I think 4 of like whatever 7 or so that I read were like 500 pages. So maybe that's like why I felt like I didn't read anything. I think my TBR is gonna go up next Wednesday. I think it'll be like the 4th of October, so it'll be a little bit into the month. I'm not sure if I want to do a TBR jar video yet because I actually have quite a few books that I'm really in the mood for. So I might just pick my TBR, maybe do a few TBR jar prompts to see if they end up being books that I actually want to read that month. it's up in the air. I have a week to think about it. So all my socials down below, Goodreads, Amazon wish list, all the stuff is down there. Like, comment, and subscribe for more videos by me. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!